Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and you're back again in the Alps with Transport Fever. This is the final episode of the series before we head to the live stream, just to wrap things up. I will be chopping the live stream up into bite-sized pieces so that you can consume them at your leisure at a later date. However, this is the last one. And that's pretty exciting stuff. We're looking at the junction just outside Biasca to start off with, because it's going to need a bit of work in order to get today's project rounded out, finished off, over the finish line, and into the annals of history. And that's where we're going to start off today. So stick around and we'll get on with that. Now, of course, in typical fashion, we're nowhere near going to start at Biasca. We're going to start with Frutigen, because we're going to get the initial loop going here, given that that's all self-contained, theoretically, and then we'll build our second line afterwards. But here we go, Frutigen. Hooray! In fact, this is going to be 2 routes rather than 1. Yeah, yes, there's a bit of drama for you. Right, so, Frutigen. Hang on, no, wait. But wait, there's more, is the way that we do this. One of them we don't need, so let's kill this one. Right, the Frutigen line there, I've got myself all confused. All of it is, to begin with. We're going to be repurposing this chap here, who's currently running Interlocking Frutigen. We're going to set this up to be our first line here. This is... I'm already feeling the fear, friends, when it comes to getting this working, because it is going to be a little complicated. Since we're here already, from Interlaken we go to Frutigen and then onwards. Right. Okay, now I'm going to set this loop up first, and then we'll worry about whether it's using the right platforms, whether it's using the right tracks, and all of that kind of jazz. Right, so next up, so after Fruity, you go to Kandersteg. And then from Kandersteg, you head to wherever this is, which is Gadman. And then you head out to Kirchen, and then you go down the road to Engelberg. It's not that difficult. And from Engelberg, this is a great route. You go to Sarnen, and then you're back in Interlaken again. Wow. That's great. Yeah, I mean, as routes go, that's a lot of fun. Right, good. Okay, well, that all seems to be good then. Now then, let's have a quick look at Interlaken, because I know I'm doing something baffling with the approach here, and there is a real possibility that I need to tweak it. I mean, there's other stations that are definitely going to need some tweakage, but this is among those. Am I even looking at the right one here? I presume I am. Okay, yes, no, I see what I'm doing. It's Sarnen where the approach is particularly magnificent, but it is using the line that I'd set aside for it, so that's perfectly adequate. Good, everything looks to be fine here. Now, we're going to need to bang some signals in on a regular basis, because this is going to be quite a high traffic route. Particularly as you get to the approach to Interlaken, but we'll worry about that over time. So Sarnen back to Interlaken, and then you're doing another lap. Turn that off. Okay, so far so good. Right. Yeah, I'd expected this to present more of a challenge, but so far it's complied wonderfully. Now, I need a depot somewhere, and on the hold on, you're on the wrong side of the track there, Chief. What appears to have occurred? What occurs to have appeared? There we go. But you haven't put your crossover in. You were going to put a crossover in here, and you've neglected to do so. Now, I wonder if this is going to befoul the entire operation or not. We'll find out quite quickly, I would have thought. Right, from there, cross it back over. Go on. Yeah, I get the sense that you really want to do it. There. Too much curvature, duplicate segment. Ooh, crikey, that's a bit of everything going on there then, isn't there? Right, where's the junction point? Here it is. Right, so if we go from here and we switch back this way, it could be that I've just tried to make this diamond too big, which it certainly feels like that's the cause of this particular piece of obstinate refusal to comply. But that's okay. We can make it smaller. We can make happy here. Let's do like that. I'd quite like to be able to hit 100 coming through here, or close to it. What do you mean it's too much slope? All right, we'll keep it slow. We'll keep it very slow. We'll keep it very simple, and you'll just do as you're ruddy told. There we are. Everybody's now happy. Of course, we're now on the wrong side of the track still, but I can fix that. Now, that particular switcheroo we've got going on there will make some sense. So, Kandersteg, we actually want platform 2 here, please. Thank you. Will make sense once we've got the Biasca route running as well. Let's just check we're going in the right way everywhere. I don't think there are any other opportunities to switch over onto the wrong track, but it's worth checking anyway. And we're good. Okay, right, so is there a depot? As luck would have it, yes there is. Right, so can you get me onto the line I need to be on? That's the question. If this is slipped, or in fact if either of these are slipped, then the answer is yes. Right, okay, so currently, so we'll call this, I don't know what we'll call it. The Fruity Loop, which is a horrible name. The Fruity Loop, where are we going? We're going anti-clockwise. Anti-clock. And then we'll do the Fruity Loop clockwise momentarily. Not entirely sure how we'll convince the train to do that, but we'll figure something out. Right, now, before wait for it, before we start putting trains on there, we're going to replace this 45-year-old beast that is currently running on there. It's had its time. It's served us faithfully, but let's get rid of it. Now, we're fully electrified, in theory, this route. So I have the full gamut of transport options open to me when the train menu opens up, which it has done now. Right, let's start with diesel multiple units. What have we got to play with? What's the latest and greatest? We've got a Canadian. That's a goods train, I think you'll find, and it's not very quick because it doesn't need to be, because it's a goods train. What about oh, hello there. Oh, right. Well, we've got the speed dance. I'm not going to put the speed dance on here because that is very, very expensive. Its running costs of $6 million a year. We are nowhere near going to deal with that. I see you're looking at the ICE. The ICE is $8 million a year. 129 passengers. $8 million a year. Top speed 320. Ooh, mama. Okay, well, I think I might bang that on the intercity. You know, it's overkill for this route because this route's too slow. What else have we got going on here? 246 passengers, which is a lot. $6.5 million a year. I know I don't need anything with that kind of capacity, and even 70 passengers with a running cost of $3.5 million. I'm reluctant to do so because that's incredibly expensive. Now this is more my speed. It's Dutch again. Yeah, the Dutch are getting well represented in this series. And there's nothing wrong with that. It looks like it's just a reskin of the RE 450. Could be wrong. It's a Verm 4 for those of you who like such things. Well, what else have we got here? 72 passengers, still £6 million a year. Let's have a look and see what we've got locomotives-wise, because obviously we've had quite a few things become available while I was recording your festive nonsense route. We got a lot of variants on a similar theme going on here, and then what have we got as far as coaches? go. We do have the double-decker, so the Bombardier bi-level. Sorry, Bombardier. The Bombardier bi-level is available to us now. We got a massive selection, all of which are capable of quite some speed. But I'm going to go with a multiple unit for this, and I think I will go Dutch. I don't know how I ended up with such an overwhelming Dutch contingent, but there it is, 10 million a throw. Now I think we will run 4 in total, which worries me. But yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we will then add. Well, we don't want to do it from here. We want to do it from the depot. Electrical multiple unit. Scroll, and another 3, please. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to quickly run out of cash if I'm not careful by applying all of these. The Fruity Loop anti-cloud. Honestly, people should just stop me occasionally because, I come up with stupid names. Good. Right, set all of you lot onto Mr. Loop of the Fruity anti-clockwise. There we are. Right, now, to make things doubly entertaining, let's close all of this lot down, and you... Actually, no, I'm going to leave you open so we can make sure we're crossing over correctly. Let's set this other line up. So, from Frutigen, we go to Interlocking. Right, and here we'll be able to see things working seamlessly in the first instance. Coming into Interlocking before heading on to Sarnen. Now, the reason that this is going to prove to be challenging is because I know that at least one of these platforms has a backing service. There we go. Here's where we're going to need some signalling pretty quickly. It's doing it right, which is surprising to everybody, including myself. And then we take a branch off. Do we? No, we don't. We're not taking the branch off. We're going to take the branch off. That's fine. Okay, good. Engelberg, look. Yep. And then up to Innerkirchen and Gadman. And that should be it. No, you've still got Kandersteg to stop at. And Kandersteg and Frutigen. Let's have a quick look at what way you've opted to go. Yes, that's good. That's what we want to see. Excellent. Thank you very much. So you've got a bit of shared line happening there, but that's intentional because the Biasca route is going to come in the other side, and that'll share the other line, and everybody will be happy and they will be rejoicing. So this is going to be, sorry, again, the Fruity Loop clockwise. Good. And there we are, and then there's that, and then we go to the depot and hope that we can get a train out onto that route from here. What I'm hoping is that the train will go out, turn round, get to work, right? You'd think. So we're going to run the same thing again. We don't have to, but we're going to. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Crumbs, set line all, Fruity Loop clockwise. Right, okay, now, before we start working on Biasca, I'm going to unleash all of this lot and see what happens. There we go. Let's go. Okay, now, there's a real chance that I've broken quite a lot of things here. Frutigen Freight has been broken. Stations 1 and 2 are not connected. Pause, let's go fix that, because that's important. Stations 1 and 2, so Frutigen West and Victoria Road are not connected. Could not connect to all stations. Victoria Road is there. Frutigen West is here. Hello? What's your problem? You go out this way, take a left, and take a right, and you're there. Wherein lies your drama there, amigo? Because I don't see a problem. All right, maybe I need to put a separate goods drop off to make this comply. All right, well I can do that. That's not a problem. We'll just put a quick truck stop in here. It's going to make a mess. I don't want to do it particularly, but there it is. Right, so we remove Victoria Road. I guess it could be because it's the wrong stop type. There we are. Right, that's fixed. No more warnings. Everybody's happy. Oh, and here's the autosave. Riding to the rescue on its hard drive-based horse. Making sure that disasters do not befall us in a significant way. And obviously it's overwriting a previous autosave, which means that if I have now hosed this, there's no going back. Well, there is. I can revert, obviously, but I like to create a sense of drama. Right, anyway, here we go. Underway. Look at this. Flipping. Could it be any more Dutch? The answer is possibly. But, you know, you got your Dutch flag weaving its way through, and it's bright orange. Yeah, there you go. So for all you Netherlanders out there, congratulations. I'm flying your flag. Oh, and it's not a reskin. This is a handsome looking beast, isn't it? Grand. Okay. Right, that's one. Fling that up the way. And what we'll do is we will follow this along. Quite the modern approach happening here. You've got your pink trams. It's like a rainbow threw up all over the town. Right, here we go. Oh, this is modern train spotter's paradise. Right, Magnifico. Now, I doubt very much there's anybody waiting. There's 10 people waiting. Oh, these will be people who were previously heading to Fruitigan itself. And obviously this is the second train in this particular setup. Right, now we're going to need some signals right about there, but we don't need them for what else have we got signal wise? We got the various. We're just going to stick with basic, I think. Right, so if I stick one on here like that, I'm going to put a release signal up on as well. Or am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to have to put a hold on there. We'll do the same here. And then we'll do the same there. Right, and that should be everything. Now, I'm going to put another... No, I've got a hold signal on there. That should be fine. And we're off. We're onto the main line. Now, the main line's got a few signal sets in there, but the volume of traffic that potentially could run through here, I'm going to add a couple of extra sets just to allow additional blocks for trains to move through. Because obviously, if I don't have to stop them at a set of signals because they've got an additional set ahead of them, it keeps things rolling. It moves them further along towards their destination, like so. And then we might as well, while we're in the area, might as well set this lot up as well. Now this is this is for the Biasca route rather than where we are right now. Now those next set of signals, I need to remove those because they are now in the wrong place. So actually, this one's fine, but this one isn't. There we are. All right, keep going. Where's the next set? Well, the next set's not for ages. Right, the next set is in fact the station. So we'll keep plumbing along here, and then a little bit more. Now then, we're going to need to keep our eye out for trains that have become stuck in some fashion, because it's almost certainly going to happen. We'll stick a signal there. Alright, no, that's good. That's the Alco PAs there getting to work. Well, I didn't think they went any further than this, and yet they do. Interlocking, Sun and Locarno. Now these I will probably upgrade to use the ICE, because this is the kind of route where they can stretch their legs enough for it to make sense. But we'll wait and see how we get on with that. Right, here we go. First destination, and what have we got waiting? Oh, you had 100 and quite a lot waiting to use the Fruity Loop. That's good. It makes me a little bit nervous. Oh no, it doesn't. No. These were the people who were waiting for the Interlaken Fruitigan standard service. Oh, hold on. What are you waiting for? You shouldn't have to be waiting for anything. Maybe it's probably because I've got no signals at all on this segment. So if we do a bit of that, then you will see what I'm talking about. So he's going to move up to the next set of signals, and so if I get ahead and signal up all the way along, creating plenty of new blocks, then we shouldn't end up with a log jam here. Now, I don't really want to put... Yeah, I suppose we will, though. I was going to avoid putting signals here because I don't want them too close to this crossover to make sure that that we get right of way versus the goods train that we're crossing over. But by creating a nice big space there, maybe that'll be okay. And I'll put another set here. Now, this is overkill. This section particularly, I'm not using so much stuff as it will likely create a massive backlog. The more important place to do it is here, where we start to think about merging. So if we put one there, and we do the same the other side, like that. That might be the last signals we can place before we've done all of the necessary crossings over. So I've created a bit of a bottleneck here. That's only ever going upstream, so I could put one signal on there, probably, and then one on here, and it shouldn't wreck everything. But everything else I have to leave it alone, because this strip here is two-way track. Actually, this strip here is also two-way track. I can't put any signals here. Or can I? Don't really know. No, you can't. Okay, right. Well, get rid of it then. And that one. Yeah. We're just going to have to leave that alone. We're just going to have to trust in something. That's for sure. To try and make that work. So you could actually have a signal here. That would be fine. You're allowed that. Get rid of... Oh, well, you've got an extra block. Nobody really minds. Right, now, our train should have caught up with us by now. If not, it'll be very close to catching up. There we go. And the brand new Fruitigan Mega Station gets its first visitor. The clockwise route has a phenomenal number of passengers waiting, but again, that's because it's picking up the passengers who are trying to get from Fruitigan to Interlocking already. So that demand already exists. Where there isn't demand, however, is further up the line, but that should develop eventually. Why are you not going quickly there? What's the matter with you? Come on, you can go a bit faster than that. Ah, here we go. Ah, good. A good test. And why are you going the wrong way? You should be going this way. Hello? This worries me. Where are you going? You now have a free path. You should be able to go. Yeah, see, that's no wonder. Right, can I change your destination? Negative. Can I turn you around? No. Can I put you on the clockwise route? Yes. So if we change your route, which you do by pressing the change route button. See, I know what I'm talking about. This will be Fruitigan F. Fruitigan clockwise, like that. Right, and then we'll, if we're quick here, we need to replace that train with the one that we're using. I want to get it replaced before it gets into the station. 99, there we go, add, yes. In fact, I've already paid for this replacement, so that's okay. That's it, replace on, go. Right, okay, so that should replace, means I need to take one of the trains off the clockwise route and whiz it round the other way. Meanwhile, a fellow me lad Anti-Clock, he's making tracks. He's off and running. He's a million miles away before I get to deal with anything. Right, here we go. So there's the next one. That's good. Now, why have you got a red signal here. You should be clear to go. Should be is the operative language. Now, with a bit of luck, this will now change its consist. There we go. And then it will just start working. And we won't have unnecessary drama. And go on, are you off? You heading out? He's heading out. Right, good, marvellous, excellent. Right, now then, let's go catch up with this chap, who's not exactly setting a blistering pace, if I'm honest. In fact, the pace that's being set is somewhat lackluster. Right, there we go. We'll put a set of signals in there, and to keep things rocking along, we shall keep signalling up along this route. Where are we? There we go. Now, hopefully, after I've done all of this, it should mean that when I set up the Biasca version of this, that we don't run into any traffic-based snags. Can't rule out that we'll hit some, but in theory we should be golden. There we go. That's it. Good to see that Interlocking has already got some passengers waiting. That's heartening to say the least. Right, now then, we'll put a signal on there, and we'll put a signal about here, and we'll put a signal about there. Standard configuration. And then we'll stick another couple about there, just to keep everybody trotting along. And then we go to Engelberg, where there's also people waiting. Oh, this is great. I hadn't anticipated this kind of uptake immediately. Now, I mean, there's a reasonable chance that there is more supply than demand at the moment, but even so, this is really quite pleasant, and it may lead to some success. We've created there is drama happening down there at the moment. If you give me a moment, I'll go see exactly how I've snarled this up, because I'm not going to pretend it wasn't me, because it very clearly was. Right, okay, that should be that full loop completed. Now, you're having fun because you're trying to go that way. That's because you're coming out of the depot. Okay. And you've blocked this line, which shouldn't have happened. Meanwhile, you're blocked because, well, we've got a train there, and I imagine you're on the clockwise. So you're waiting to come back the opposite direction, aren't you? Right. Which you can't do because this freight train's in the way. All right, well, in that case, we fix this by turning you around. Okay, now, as much as that's pretty bad planning, it's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of a deal when I'm deploying trains out of the depot. And actually, what I'm going to do with you, hold on, get off, is I'm going to change the line that you're on. So you're going to put you on the anti-clock. There we go. Given that because that should then balance out those two separate lines. Right, now then, that's you going on the clockwise. Excellent. Right, well, good. That was an adventure, wasn't it? We might as well stick a signal here as well while we do it, so that we don't do the same thing again. Because obviously, if we hadn't blocked that line with the goods train, we'd have been fine there. But these things happen. What are you doing on there? Are you supposed to be on that line? I would assume so. Let's say yes. Right, there we go. And we're rolling. Right, now this is where everything's going to get tricky for the Fruity Loop is the crossover here at Sarnen, because they are on a shared track. There's the possibility that there'll be some waiting happening. What's the demand like? Clockwise, not so much. Anti-clockwise, pretty good. All right, well we can live with that. Come on, are you there? I'm just going to wait for everything to come out of the depot, which we might have already accomplished. No, not quite. And then once everything's in motion there, we'll turn our attention to the other line and see if we can't make that happy. chances are we can't, but there you go. It's got to be worth a go. Now, I spoke earlier, while we just wait for this to happen, about replacing the Alco with the ICE, and the challenge that might present. I'm hoping that we see an intercity at some point. In fact, they don't go beyond this point, so we could, if we shuffle up to here, we might see one. In fact, if we're very lucky, this is one now. There we go. Right, so if we call up that route, we need to make sure that the whole thing is electrified. Otherwise, ICE, no sir, no CE for you. What are you doing on that? Why are you on that line? No, 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 no. Look, I've already told you to get... Hold on. That is Terminal 2. Okay, well, you never used to use that one, surely. Yeah, see, look, we've got platform whatever that is that's totally available to you. Terminal 4. All right, come in that way in future, please. Honestly, you're creating additional headaches. I bet you're going to tell me that you can't do it now, aren't you? All right, let's up the tempo here and see if this works. I suspect it won't, but this is all on you, there, pal. You've wrecked this for everybody. You know, I set these things up with a purpose in mind, and you've upset that purpose. You know, this is a delicate operation. Right, make your pick up, and then clear off. So yeah, so I will need to electrify this, and you know what? I might actually get that going now. Because we might as well run the ICE on a track that is well suited to it. And these Alcos are pretty rusty at this point. They're getting on a bit. See, you've held up my beautiful new orange Splendor. Yeah, we're going to get queuing here on a regular basis, aren't we? The answer is yes, we are very much going to get queuing on a regular basis. Anyway, we'll just have to roll with that. Nice to see it still holding together at high speed. All right, good. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. It's going to take a little while before we're up to maximum profitability on there. I have no idea what maximum profitability is even going to look like. But it is going to take a little while. Right, let's start upgrading here. Because the reason I'm doing this now is because we are heading up to the other end of the intercity, so I might as well do it as we go, and then everybody will be happy, especially those who like a good modern German intercity train. I don't know who's beeping at me. Oh, it's this chap, isn't it? He's giving me the beeping of approval to say, look, I know my time is nearly at an end, but I appreciate that I am being replaced by the latest and greatest high speed that is available. Here we go. We'll do it. Here, I'll even gift you a. Here we go. Have a passing shot. I mean, look at them. They've had it. They've done their time. They've put in the work. But I'm going to stick them out to pasture. Right. All right, carry on following this line. It looks like I've done most of it already. But you can never be too certain. Oh, hello. Why are you not fully electrified? There we go. Let me make that up to you. And then, of course, they get the magnificent flyover that we've got going on here before heading into Locarno. There's a chance that this isn't completely configured, so we'll do that bit. Yes, that looks good. All right, cool. Now, does it go any further? It does. It goes one more. Doesn't it go to Biasca? Show me. Where are we? Line manager here. Just show me what I can see. There it is, purple. No, it turns around. So this is the end of the line for the Intercity. Here we go. It made 6 million quid last year. Very nice. No arguments there. So Interlocking, Sarnen, and Locarno, the 3 stops that it has. I've upgraded all of the track in between those. So let's throw caution to the wind and stick a brand new something on that. Right, here we go. Right, now, this is going to work as long as the passenger quantity is about right. 129 passengers. That's not a lot, though, is it? All right, we're going to risk it, but I worry that that's not going to have a prayer of being profitable. 95 million quid to replace the two of them. Oh, well, you only live for as long as you live. Right, let's up the tempo until those replace, because we ought to watch it, you know, make a maiden voyage of some kind, because that's the kind of thing that we like to do. Right, now, the other challenge that we're going to have coming up here, there we go, we've got one in service. I want the other one. The other thing that we're going to have to do, the other challenge that we're going to have here is when we're looking at the Biasca route that's coming up, is which way we send it through Locarno. I know, I'm creating tension where none realistically should exist. I hope you appreciate that. Because this is already quite a busy route. And I'm not entirely sure which train I'm going to stick on here, which service. Ship 1 has reached its lifespan. Oh no! Right, here we go. There we go. That's switching over. Let's go give it a look, and then we'll get back on with the main narrative thrust. Let's kill this tree. There we go. Stop. I noticed this when I was recording the Choose Your Own Adventure. I noticed that there were several trees that were interfering with the smooth operation of things. Right, 129. It shouldn't struggle to handle 129 at all, because it was carrying more than that in its previous guise. Do we want to ride on this now and see if it beats its? It won't get up to 320 because the track's only capable of 300. But it'd be nice to see what it does get up to, which means you need either the window open or to ride along. What's it going to be? I think we ride alongside. Alright, there you go. The speedo's up in the top right. We'll soak in some atmosphere. There's a 747 pulling quite an aggressive manoeuvre. Right, that's 120. Now, Wolfgang, push the throttle into the full-on position. Those signals are incorrectly placed. I spotted that too. Right, I'll fix that while we're here. We'll catch up with him before he hits top speed, don't worry. Right, you, sir, are in the wrong place. There we go. But we do still need a signal there, so let's put it in the right place. Good. Right, everybody happy? I'm happy. You're happy. We're happy. Let's rock. Up to 180 now. Okay, that's a decent speed. We don't get too many trains actually go beyond the 200 mark. This one should do. There's enough time for it to get beyond Interlocking. Doesn't half make a silly noise though. But I guess that's the sound of the future, or some such. 211. Now, what would be interesting here is to put this in a drag race with a TFV, TGV, whatever the hell they call it in this is TGV, is to put them head to head and see which has the. Oh, look at that! And it's a big boy. Look, we've just gone tearing past. That's the very modernist of electrics going. And there's the HST there. One of them waiting at a sit. You can't say I haven't delivered on this point, friends. I didn't even see what top speed we got up to there, but I'm sure it was worth it. That's fantastic. Oh, just put a smile on my face. That was a lovely bit of train porn. Magnificent. And we're in the station. Thank you. What was that worth? That was worth 677,000. There is not a prayer that we make the running cost of this back again. So I won't put any more on here because to do so would be foolish. Here's an envious looking HST going, yeah, alright, you're incredibly flash. But right, okay, magic. Right, let's go get Biasca set up. Because I don't think I've done the points there yet either. And that in itself is going to be an adventure. Right, here we go. Now then. I have previously allotted, I think it's the second, I think it's this, is it the second platform? Third platform. Third platform is the one we want. Let's just double check that. Yeah, number 3, as we look at it here, is the one we want. And then as we come out, we need a peel off. Actually, this junction isn't as bad as I thought it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not great, but it could be worse. Now, again, we can merge into a single track because we are a reversing service, and you want the third line, so coming in on there is the ideal. Now we've already got track madness going on, so let's bulldoze this signal, and then we'll come in something like this. Or not. Right, try it again. Try it this way. Alright, okay, there it is. Right, that's going to do the job, I think. Especially since the line is almost right immediately. That'll do the trick. Now, the other option we have would be to come in the other side of this kind of maddening switch we've got going on there. And I dislike that maddening switch quite a lot, but I think it's a necessary evil based on what we've got going on. All right, let's try it just a bit like that. I don't want to swan neck too much if I can avoid it. Right, crikey. Well, that's got everything going on. I might give that a look and then maybe tackle that. Making that viable in the live stream, but who knows? All right, there we go. We'll fling that up there, and then have you knitted properly? You haven't. Yeah, not perfectly merged. And then just to upset people, we'll get rid of that, and then we'll link up, and then we've got our route ready to be plumbed in, which is grand. Let's put this road back in before everybody starts complaining. I mean, who's complaining? Hold on. Train 24 and train 70 are reporting problems. All right, I'll be out there in a minute. We'll have a look in a sec. Now, hopefully, this is not just trains that have decided between themselves to take an alternate route. What do you want? Medium country, please. Do that. I don't want a level crossing. You know what? I do want a level crossing. You can just wait. Right, okay, let's fix that. Where are you? Train 24. That's interesting. And so's that. Okay, someone somewhere is on the wrong line. This is the train that I changed the direction of. You shouldn't be having a head-to-head issue here. You're waiting a signal, which is right. Where's the other one then? And the other one is right up here. Oh, maybe this was a problem waiting to happen, because historically they were spaced in a way that meant they never got in each other's path. Doesn't seem right though, does it? Especially since I've got signals here. You should just be able to go there, Mush. You shouldn't have a problem. Why are you waiting for a free path? This makes absolutely no sense. If I stick a signal there, you should be able to go. Oh, okay, there we go. There's your problem. All right, what's happened here to mean that route has broken itself? I've probably done something here. Let's have a look. Where are we? Plastic shunting. Right. SAN and signal 17. SAN and signal 17. It shouldn't be using SAN and 17. Ah, no, it's you. You're on the wrong line. Right. Okay, fine. That's it. And the reason it's on the wrong line, there we go. See, that's what it should be doing. It's on the wrong flipping line. All right, turn around. You are the problem there, Mush. Not the little shunter. The little shunter's doing what it's supposed to be doing. You have taken an inappropriate route. Right, good. Now, that should resolve itself in due course, hopefully. That pillar will choose to go the right way next time. But we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. I want to get back up to the top of here. That's now easing forward. But I want to get rid of this signal here because that's just asking for trouble. Which is why I've already removed it. Okay, good. Right, back to Biasca, which you've done. Okay, right, so let's set the route up. See, getting distracted by things that are broken, that I've broken. No, that one broke itself. I'm not taking responsibility for that. You can't pin nothing on me. Right, here we go. Now then, is this going to be one line or two? This is going to be one, but it's going to be a long one. So we go from Biasca, and we want platform, was it 3 we want? Terminal 3. And then from Biasca we go out to Fruity. Right, let's do that. Let's make sure that that's lined up as we anticipated. Yes. Alright, cool. Right, out to Fruitigan. I've disorientated myself. Looking straight down at the mountaintop has thrown me off my game there, but we're back. Don't worry, everything's cool. Actually, look at the number of passengers we've got here. Nice. I like it. And then from here we head out to wherever's next, Kandersteg. Now this is where things will get interesting because they are going to start. All these services are going to start cannibalizing one another. The people will obviously choose to ride whichever gets them to their destination as quickly as possible. You've switched over again. Interesting. I wonder if it switches over because it feels like it's the faster route to go. So if we set that to platform 2, please, thank you, then you don't have a choice in the matter. Out to Gadman, from whence we hit up in at Kirshen. Now the other guys should be heading out at this point over here, which looks like they're doing. I'm just going to check because, you know, sanity dictates I check. Yeah, that's fine. We meanwhile, we skip that particular wing of the operation and head down on the main line to Interlocking. Right there, where we will come in behind the ICE, which does go another platform, doesn't it? Another station, because if that's just a reverser, I'm certain it isn't, but I'm going to check. Yeah, we're good. Right, and then from Interlaken, it's pretty much a straight shot to Biasca, taking in all of the varied opportunities. Now, the problem we're going to create here is that the ICE is likely to get held up by whatever chuggy little number I fling down here. Now then, let's have a look at how this station's being used. Show me. Okay, it looks like it was taking the blue route, and that's good. Stop at Interlaken. That's Locarno. There you go. The game knew what I was doing. Yeah, no, you don't want to come down there. You want to come round the outside, look. So, whatever that is. 5. No? Not so much on 5. Station 6 and 7 are not connected. Interlaken can't do that one. Alright, well maybe it is 5 then. 4 even. Which strikes me as a little odd, but we'll just pretend that that's working. And then we head around and we hit Bellinzona. Now Bellinzona is now going to be overcome with the sheer number of options it has for getting people up to Biasca. So I wonder if maybe passing straight through Bellinzona might be the smart thing to do. And why wouldn't you? Alright, yeah, let's not stop at Bellinzona. There we go. Non-stop up to Biasca. Right, and then we're going to do the interesting thing, which is come back the other way. So we go Biasca, because I don't want to do 2 routes on here. I want to do 1. And that's going to be platform 3 again, terminal 3. Head back to Locarno. Right, on 5. No, you see, you've chosen a really rather ridiculous route there. At Locarno this time around, I don't want 5. We want 1, 2, 3. Please. Like that. Right, and then from Locarno, we're going to head out to Interlocking. There's a 747, look. Right about here. Yes? No. No, things have gone very wrong here. Interlocking, it said it wants 4. And the reason it's suggesting inappropriate platforms at this point is because it's trying to head back on itself. It'll only be once I complete the loop that it gets a full sense of what it's trying to do. I think actually 4 might be the right terminal. Oh, who knows? Where's 1? Let's just leave that alone. We'll come back if we need to. And then from there we head up through the mountain to Interlocking. It is now on the correct side of the track. So let's go and have a look and see what we actually did at the station here. That's more like it. That looks like it might work. Although this piece of single track here is bothering me a lot, because there's no reason it should be single tracking along there. Just do something clever like the Intercity's doing, will you? You know, using track appropriately. If I set one of these signals as a waypoint, it will. It's broken. 9 and 11 are not connected. Are you sure? Okay, it could be that I'm just missing a junction then. Let's have a look. I didn't think that would be the case. So if we're coming out this way, over here, we should be able to whizzle up there, no problem. Right, and it can. So where's the dilemma? What have I missed a bit of track? Unless you've set that correctly. Interlocking 2. Let's get rid of that. And again, it's single lining that, which is weird. Assuming that was 2 that we wanted there and not 1. Well, show me 1. There we go. Right. Happy. Now, has that fixed everything? I don't think it has. I suspect it really hasn't fixed everything. Oh, there you go. Still working on single track. All right. Well, why? That's the question that we all have here in the gallery. Maybe it's at Locarno there is no way to get back onto that track. Or maybe at Locarno it's decided to take the law into its own hands and just go the wrong way. Oh, okay, no, this is my fault. Fine. In which case, which way does it need to go? Show me everything going on here. That green line looks slightly viable. But we should actually be following the purple here. So let's do no, because that's the end of the line for purple. So you can come back out on green, no. Assuming that's a crossover. Oh, actually, it doesn't need to be a crossover. Right, okay. You can come back out on green. So whatever platform that is where I want you stopping, please. 2, is that? No. No, that's all bad. Everything's bad. Alright, show me your numbers. Is that... Why have we got 1, 4, 2, 3, 7? Let's keep this simple. Right, I want you going up on that one. Alright, so go up on... that must... 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up on 4. Right, go up on 4. Come back on 2. There we go. Right, that should be following what other trains already do. I don't want to create a log jam at Locarno, because Locarno is one of my higher performing stations, if not the highest performing station. Okay, that all looks viable now. Okay, right, good. Right, and that should put it on the right side of the track for... Yeah, there we go. That sorted that out. It's just far more drama in that than I really needed. Right. Meanwhile, back up into the mountains. We're in at Kirshen, which is here, and then we press on to Gabman. No, we don't. Yes, we do. And then we press on to Ganashteg. Now, the frequency of travel here should be such that that we max the demand for these stations pretty quickly. And then we've got Frutigen, and then we're going back to Biasca. Right, now, let's check Frutigen and make sure we got that right. Yes, we have. And in theory, that should just work. Now, that's 14. Count them. So this is the Biasca Frutigen. No, what would you call this? It's going to kind of look like a balloon. So we'll call this the Frutigen balloon. For those of you wondering how it could possibly look like a balloon, think of Biasca as the bit of string at one end, and it will very quickly make sense for you. And if it doesn't, well, I can't help you with that. Right, okay, so what are we going to run on here? Now, I think we've already established that the super fast electrics are going to be too expensive for this. This is 3 million a year. It doesn't say it takes any passengers at all. I think that's a loco. I don't think that's a proper train. 72 passengers, 6 million a year, 300 kilometers per hour top speed. Would lend itself towards what we're trying to accomplish here, but it's going to spend an awful lot of time crawling. So I don't think that that's a great idea. I think that some kind of non-ready built consist is maybe the way to go here. What have we got? These are all going to be goods haul. Although saying that, we do also have the speed dance, of course, which only does 240. The ICE puts it to shame in virtually every category. All right, you know what? We're gonna. This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. Right, we're gonna buy a load of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's a long route. There we go. Right, go big or go home or run out of money. The good news is I can sell all of these if I need to, and make some money back. I wonder what line 2 is. Right, Frutigen balloon, please. There we go. I'm also going to make it a nice colour. And that nice colour is going to be... don't know. Let's wait till we can see one. And then we'll make an executive decision. Right, you're going to have to... Where's your switch line here? Oh, you've got plenty of choices. Okay, you're going to block a bit of traffic for a minute, but we'll worry about that presently. Actually, you're going to block all the traffic. Hold your horses there, Speed Dancer. Right, let's allow you out of your box a little. No. That was not an invitation to go. Right, if I make that a slip switch, then maybe I avert disaster, because there's a metro liner in there that's going to try coming out again. There we go. Disaster averted. Spot on. Now that's quite a long train for not very many passengers, but it is correctly weighted as far as profit is concerned. What does black look like? Oh, I see. We're only colouring the cab in. That's less interesting. Let's use a nice blue, maybe. That looks quite nice. We'll go with that. Right. Okay. Magic. Now then. It's interesting. So you can either go to Locarno or you can go to Frutigen itself. But this is definitely going to cannibalise some of the other services. The issue is going to be by how much. Hopefully not too much. Now these are going to need to bed in for a bit before we get to fully evaluate whether the new setup is viable or not. Have I blocked myself here? Not yet, but give it time. Are you waiting for a free path? You are. Okay, you shouldn't be. You're waiting for a free path. Okay, you shouldn't be. Who is the troublemaker here? Oh, hello. And you are waiting for a free path. Oh, dear. Alright, okay, well, if I put a signal temporarily here, this is a bad plan, but it is a plan. Then maybe the presence of that signal will allow other things to pass. With a bit of luck, we can get this one out. This might require a piece of track to be built in order to unstick it. Oh no, hello, who are you? It's the Lakeside Traveller, that age-old veteran of the rail is coming through, getting in everyone's way, doesn't really care. It is the grand old lady of the network and can go where she likes. Right, has that unbroken it? I don't think so. You should just be able to go now there, Mush. You're going to Locarno, which means you need to come down this side. Oh. Alright then. Ooh. Well, there's a challenge. How are we going to make that work? Which way are you intending to go here? Alright, I'm getting an awful lot of conflicting information going on here, you know. Yes. Now, see, there's your problem, is that I've got this as a two-way route. So if I were to double that, that would help. I don't think it helps with this particular scenario, but it would help nonetheless. Now, can you persuade... Get rid of that. Can I persuade you to go to a different station? No, I can't. Alright, can I send you, turn around, go back to the depot. No path, go back to the depot. And just hang on. Because we're going to, I think that bit of track change may have unbalked things a little, but I'm not 100% convinced it has. Hello, you, go back to the depot. Right, and then you, no, turn round. Go back to the depot. Right, and then you turn around, go back to the depot. Right, I have now unblocked it. I've done that by putting everything in the depot. If I were to just change this junction here so that it went onto the right side of the track, that would be a good place to start. So let's do that. Honestly, getting stuck by just bringing stuff out the depot. I mean, I'm some kind of rocket scientist. There you go. Do that. All right, and we'll slip that, as much as that might lead to some extra challenge. It should just work. Plunk that on there. Everything should be operational. There goes the grand old lady, who doesn't give a monkeys. Is quite happy to hold up the fruity balloon. But that's okay. It lets people know that the fruity balloon is a thing that exists now. That's it. And then, of course, that speed dance that is capable of quite some decent speed is going to be held up all the way down the line behind that Type 37, Class 37, whatever it is, 37. You should now be able to go. There is no reason for you not to be able to go at this point. I've got signals, I've got the flipping works waiting for you here, Mush. Just make it happen. Have I not got enough blocks on here or something? Show me signals, please. Okay, we've got a signal block there. Right, so maybe that'll sort it out. In fact, if we stick one there, I don't care about blocking the depot. Finally, we're underway. Hooray for us. Potentially. Right, now then, you, next. Fruity balloon, go. Don't break everything. Please. Because what I'd quite like to do just around this, I'd like to do a bit of train spotting. I've already overrun the amount of time this was supposed to take, but it's been a wonderful journey. I'd just quite like to, you know, be able to admire the fruits of my labours. Right, are you going to go on the right side, or are you going to go on the high risk, let's block everybody inside? Excellent. Right, okay. Good. Right, that now has some potential. I'm going to up the tempo just to clear through this lot. I'm not watching what the first what that first balloon ride did, because it's going to have a fairly lackluster number of passengers, I would have thought, along that way. As the Lakeside Traveller comes through, I'm very tempted to upgrade that to use a Bombardier coach kind of deal. But maybe that's something we can discuss when we do this live. The main principle that we're going to be applying to the live show is going to be getting the Legacy special operating again. We will track down the overhauled Legacy special, and we shall revert it back to its natural format. Right, there you go, and we'll get rid of that. I am looking forward to looking at the various traffic jams we've got going on, because in so doing it will give some kind of a measure of just how prolific this network has become in terms of the amount of traffic we're running. Right, come on, let's go. Do we just take the chance that this is going to work now? No, I think we maintain some manual control for the time being. You're going to need to wait for the Lakeside to go through. Oh, look at this. We're blocking in a metro liner. Brilliant. Okay, well, this is all good. Everything's good here. But I'll hold on. No, everything is bad. That's bad. That's very, very bad, because you've now blocked both sides. Yeah, you see, you thought you were being clever. Now, if we stick a signal on here, and we make that as close to the points as possible, quite how that helped, I don't know. Okay, we're clearing through a metro liner. Odd. Unexpected. There you go. That's the next one going. Okay, well, this all works then. And also, by placing that, I evaporated the tail end of that train, which may have helped us a little. Right, and then we can get the last one going as well. Fruitigan balloon. There you go. Off you go. Right, good. There we are. That will wrap it up. I want to go and... I have to sit here until we've cleared through. It just has to be done. Now, I'm going to give it until around 2004, 2005 before deciding whether or not to make a... Flipping out, that was a bit of a close run thing. Before deciding whether we need to make a change to any of this stuff or not, because it will take that long before we figure out whether this is still profitable. As much as I'm making a goodly amount of cash, I want to continue making a goodly amount of cash. Let's have a quick look at the cash situation. We've spent 159 million this year. Last year we spent $500 million. That's quite a lot, even though I say so myself. It's looking promising so far in 2002. We are 30 million up if you just compare costs to income. But that's down from a profit of, I mean, look at this lot here, 130 million profit. That's serious. That's serious money being made there. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this time. I'm going to finish off with I'm going to find us some sightseeing spots somewhere. We keep an eye on the red triangle to make sure that we're not unstuck somewhere that we haven't spotted yet. What have we got? 135 waiting to go to Biasca. That's good. Let's go up to the next one. Where would be good? Interlocking's always a good space, isn't it? There we go. I'm going to keep the speed up as well. I know it's unrealistic, but it will allow us to see absolutely everything coming through while I do my my end of the show fantasy exit procedure. Right, I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching today. We've done a lot in in the last couple of episodes to get us to this point, and I'm quite pleased with how it's gone, assuming it's all working. Never assume it's all working, because anything could be interfering at this stage. Anyway, as mentioned before, live stream coming up. If you're watching this after the live stream, don't worry about it. I will be editing down everything that happens live and transferring that out so that you can watch it on the channel as per usual. Meanwhile, I've been Colonel Failure. Fling a like at this one if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. So that if nothing else, you can catch the start of the new series, which will be starting immediately at the end of this one. How's that for an opportunity? Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.